the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Turn 3 Racing Network, as tonight we are here with OP Racing Premier Series as they bring you the Dega 250 presented by Butt Kicker. Thank you very much for joining me here tonight. My name is K.R. Stolfus, and in the booth with me is none other than the much sought after by all the college girls. That is none other than Dawson Weiss. Dawson, how you doing?
Well, I don't know if I'd agree with that first part, KR, personally. Just trying to stay a little bit humble. But I'm doing great. Glad you had me back again. Let me ramble with you for another week. Dega's fun. It's my favorite place. This is it's my favorite track on and off the simulator. So it's going to be a fun one tonight. Usual heavy hitters up front. I can't wait.
All right, as the field is taking to the grid, it is time to start looking at our starting lineup for this one. On the inside of row number 1 with a qualifying time of 55.634. That is none other than Kevin Fries in the 25. To his outside, that is from Dale Cup Games. That is the 027 of Steve Karosik. Row number 2 going to be the 23 of Sebastian Marin, the 88 of Gabe Butler. Did I say row 3? Row 2?
Oh, I think, yeah, you said row 2.
Okay, row 2. Row 3 is going to be the 26 of Hunter Reynolds, and to his outside, that is the I1I something or other of Zachary Lima. Row number 4, the 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr., and the 6 of Cody Nagels. Row 5, Vicente Guerrero in the 14, and Jim Mayer in the 95.
Moving back to row number 6, starting 11th is Mark Mann in the 04. And in P12, it's going to be Pete DeBorgia in the 40. Behind them on row number 7, you find last week's winner, Logan Helton, in the 63. He'll roll off 13th. 14th will be Mr. David Booth in the 77. Back to row number 8 now, Richard Sanchez in the 510. And Les Levy will roll from 16th in the 62. Zach Fritsch in that familiar number 12 will roll from 17th with Eric Laurie in the 071. John Deere Green to his outside in 18th. Row number 10 will be Sean McCara in the 71 and Richard Kuhn in the 47.
Row number 11, Andy Regante in the 13 and the 46 of David Overstreet to the outside. Casey Gilchrist in the 31 and John Guerrera in the 59 make up row number 12. Row 13 going to be Jeff Crosby Sr. and Jimmy Reynolds in the 17. Row 14, Bubba Winningham in his first season. I believe this is his second race. I think his debut was last week. I feel like that's correct. I think that's correct.
Yep.
And it is confirmed by Dawson, and Dawson is wise. And Nathan Warren in the 9 to the outside. Row 15, Dave Hunt and Alex Green on the outside.
Final few spots on the grid tonight. Travis Elliott in the 51. It's the last truck to log a time. He'll go from 31st. Stephen Miles to his outside in 32nd. Anthony English, as usual, does not run a qualifying time this evening. He'll roll from 33rd, with Matt Wagner to his outside in 34th. Last row tonight, Zach Workman will start from the rear tonight for a change. He'll run 35th. Shotgun on the field will be Adam Kilday in the 85.
All right, well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, our starting lineup for tonight's race. Lights are out on that Chevy Silverado. And it is time to go racing here at Talladega for the Dega 250. Race number 6 here in the OP Season 11. 5 winners so far in 5 different races. Do we get a 6th different winner here tonight, Dawson?
Well, I think we do. I think the statistics show that we will. Certainly, we'll see how it goes. The more winners we get, the more chance we're going to have a repeat. And with Kevin starting on pole, it's going to be tough. The guy I think's due tonight is Cody Nagel starting outside row 4. We'll see. He has not had a lot of luck this season. I think tonight he might get it done.
All right, if he can get it done, that would be his first win this season. But here we go as they make their way onto the front stretch and through the tri-oval into our Geico start zone. And the green flag is out, and we're underway here for the Dega 250. The flagman is splitting logs, throwing that green flag.
I think he's just excited as we are as we go 2 by 2 off into turn number 1. Everybody's staying in formation for now. It's teammates lined up in both lines between Karosik, Marin, and Lima. Third in the outside line. Gabe Butler, a Dale Cup aligned truck as well. In that outside line, he's pushing Karosik. Still no 3 wide. A lot of guys just trying to stay calm, and it's beginning to be a pattern, I think, as Kevin Freese leads the field down to turn 3. Looks like these guys are starting to figure it out, KR. Maybe they're learning something.
You know what? Taking 6 weeks to learn something, I can't say that that's a good amount of time because I spent 12 years trying to learn how to do math.
It takes 6 weeks over 12 years to learn how to save your truck at a plate race, that's for sure.
All right, well, these guys, the OP Racing Premier Series switched to the trucks here for season number 11, and they have really transitioned into this nicely. This 11th season, though, it has been one of an interesting storylines because we have not had a repeat winner yet. That was something that has been one of the OP bullet points in an outline, if you will, that being a repeat winner is something special in OP, and it's been a while since we've had that. And getting back to it is really cool.
Yeah, it is. Just being able to see different guys win, I think, has been really interesting, and it adds to the crunch time effect I think we're going to feel as we get later in the regular season. We're almost at the halfway point, and it's already a lot of different winners. And guys a little lower in points as Karosik blocks his teammate in the middle, Marin, for the race lead. But as we get later, guys that are further down in points are going to start to realize maybe they have to win. You're maybe in the playoffs now in a couple of weeks. If we keep getting different winners, I don't know. It's just no longer guaranteed as Karosik gets turned off the bumper of his teammate, and the caution is immediately out.
Caution flag is out. Several cars checking up big time. So the caution flag flying here in stage number 1. While we have a moment to catch our breath and set up the replay, I want to give a shout out to Mad Dog Racing and of course Miss Mara, who is chiming in cheering for her favorite driver, the 04 of Mark Mann. So let's figure out what happened here to bring out the yellow flag. We ride on aboard, and it looks like the yellow flag may be thrown as a precautionary measure. I didn't see anyone out of shape there. I mean, yeah, someone was out of shape, right? But I didn't see anyone smack the wall. Didn't see any of that horrible stuff that knocks you out of the race.
No, I think it was a precaution, a very quick trigger on the caution, which, to be fair, when the 027 got turned out of line, I for sure thought we were going to pile up several of the lead trucks right there, and I imagine that's what race control thought as well. So it's a quick caution, but probably a fair one because, boy, it sure looked like that was going to be very, very big.
Yeah, I got no problems with that yellow when it was happening at the front of the field. Everyone very tightly bunched still. It does allow everyone to catch their breath.
Yeah, it allows us to catch our breath up here too, because we were 3 by 3. Right after I said they had learned to keep it calm, they did the same thing they did last week and just kind of ignored me and went against what I said. That makes 2 weeks in a row now.
All right, with that being said, guys, we're going to take a quick break. No one go anywhere. We'll be back right after this.
Racing, you wanted the best, you got him 4 abreast, often imitated, never duplicated, the greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as the field is stacked up 2 by 2 as we bring it into our first caution of the night. I did need to take a little bit of a break there to get myself reset, get caught up on some things because, well, I did start this a bit late and I was late to the party. No excuses, I was late. Dawson, you want to call the green flag because I'm still late?
Yeah, sometimes I'm late too. I don't think it's anything to be ashamed of. Anyways, field in the hands of the Dale Cup boys up front. There, 1, 2, 3. Zach Lima will control the restart with his teammate to his outside and a teammate behind him as well. Sebastian Marin on the front row, Steve Karosik on the inside of row number 2. So let's see if they can control the restart the same way we've seen some teams do already this season. Into the Geico restart zone. Lap 7 will go on the board as Zach Lima takes the green flag. Pretty even restart, so no teammate antics going on there. As they head off into turn 1, 2 by 2, still in formation, just like the initial start. That's a big push from Hunter Reynolds. How about the top line? They are rolling big time in the middle of 1 and 2. The bottom line just did not get going from about row 4 on back. So as they come off of turn number 2, expect Sebastian Marin to go to the point, which he will do. He'll be clear of his teammate about halfway down the Alabama Gang Super Stretch.
Down the backstretch they go, and a shout out coming from the Candyman himself, Daniel Holloway. How you doing, Mr. Holloway? Wish you were out on the speedway, but thank you very much for chiming in and checking in on us. And then we got Steve Hoppett being Mad Dog Racing. That's news to me. I didn't know that Mad Dog Racing was Steve Hobbit. So Steve, a driver on Wednesday night, chiming in here as well. So guys, thank you very much for joining us as the field works its way into turn number 1, side by side. Hunter Reynolds in the 26, one of the drivers who could be considered that caution flag being thrown for, has a nice recovery here and making his way to the outside down the back stretch. Sebastian Marin in the 23. Oh, close quarters racing right there. I think the 33 gave a shot to the back of the bumper that Hunter Reynolds had to catch that race truck.
Boy, and Sebastian Marin decides to change lanes in a weird spot there in the middle of the corner. It works out, but it's like changing lanes on the freeway up here at the front of the field. But that's how you have to race. That's how you're going to see some of the more experienced super speedway racers tonight race when they're up front. Hunter Reynolds does the same thing. Controlling the lines, controlling the momentum. That's a big part of why guys like Sebastian Marin are able to control the field the way they are and lead so many laps. And why Marin's been able to accrue a lot of points over the first 6 weeks that we talked about last week. Though he is no longer the points leader, he is still very high in the points for this reason. He's able to get out front and stay out front.
Let's go on aboard with the driver of the number 40 who just set the fastest lap time. That is Peter DeBorgia at a 49.57. And as I say that, Liberty Fires chiming in and saying hello. Liberty Fires coming from a Peter DeBorgia stream and stopping by to say hello. I don't think Peter streams these races these days, but Liberty Fires did get sent here from a Mixmaster PJ stream. So want to make sure we give that a shout out as Jeff Crosby Sr. does wrestle away the fastest lap of the race so far at a 49.49. However, Peter DeBorgia set that lap last time around. All of our race trucks green in their lap times. This time around, just 2 trucks setting best laps of the race, and Jeff Crosby Sr. takes over the top spot.
Some confusion on the bottom line that I'm sure you saw there down the backstretch as Cody Nagels went to fill the gap, which is a move we've seen him make before, and there's a yellow flag out. Back further in the field.
I am not sure. I believe that is David Booth in the 77 who got sideways to bring out the caution flag, but not sure what triggered it. I just saw him sideways. All right, let's see if we can back this up and figure out what happened to the 77. Going through the corner, cars getting checked up. The 77 looked like he checked up as well and got a shot to the back bumper and no other contact. So that's 2 cautions here where we've had a shot to the back bumper but no further contact.
Well, it's a change of pace, certainly. I'd much rather be having single car spins and a quick trigger on the caution than piling up a bunch of trucks early in the race. It's going to pay off later on, but yeah, another caution that, yes, maybe warranted, but I don't know, maybe a little bit early on the trigger, but alas, it's going to make this racing better as the race goes on.
Absolutely. Yeah, these guys needed that caution there and reset themselves. So 2 cautions here in the opening stage. Miss Maxine chiming in. How you doing, Miss Maxine? She is cheering for the 63 of Logan Helton. So for the drivers, or for our fans here, Daniel Holloway will be rooting for Alliance Motorsports, I would assume. And Alliance Motorsports right now, they are, well, they're on pit roads. Everyone's moving very quickly. I can't nail down. What a bad time to say who was where.
Yeah, and a bit of housekeeping. They have gained a couple of trucks tonight, just based off team housekeeping that I'm doing on my end. Jim Mayer running with Alliance tonight with Logan Helton and Mark Mann, and the Reynolds boys, Hunter and Jimmy, are running with Alliance as well tonight. So a bit of a change of personnel there, and some added strength for Alliance Motorsports.
So there we go. Hunter Reynolds has been out in front, and that's kind of what you expect out of Alliance Motorsports. Comes off of pit road in 5th place. Zachary Lima does win the race off of pit road. So with that being said, everyone making their pit stops. Dawson, 2 cautions here very early in stage number 1. We hit pit road here on, let's say, lap 11, lap 12. You have to go to lap 25 to complete this stage here at Talladega. That's a long way around. I do think, though, that was the last time we'll see everyone on pit road for fuel.
Yeah, and it makes me realize maybe we were a little bit spoiled last week to get that fuel strategy in the first 2 stages, but I love when strategy plays out in races, but this is going to make it more exciting. It's going to be about a 12-lap dash to the end of the stage here once we get back going, and you're right. Everyone should be good on fuel at least to the end of stage 1, and it's still anybody's stage. This has been really fun up front. Talladega always lends itself to really, really great racing.
All right, so as the field gets caught up to the pace truck, lights should go out this time around, and we will get back after it. Zachary Lima, our race leader. Steve Karosik scored in 2nd. On to pit road is David Overstreet in the 46. And lights should go out here as they cross the start-finish line, and Lima choosing the inside. So Steve Karosik goes to the outside.
Yeah, it's going to be a tougher restart, I think, here for the Dale Cup guys up front running 1-2. Their teammate Sebastian Marin's been logged back to row number 3 after that slide we saw out of him. He kind of ducked out of line when Cody Nagels made a quick move to the inside on the back straightaway right before that caution came out. But like I was saying before the caution came out, it's a move we see Nagels make a lot. It's a routine move that I figured Sebastian would be used to, but it scared him a little bit, I think. It was, I guess, a moment of panic. Maybe he thought he was getting wrecked. An odd sequence on the backstretch logs both of those guys back in traffic here.
Well, being at the tail end of the field, being in traffic, not the end of the world here on a super speedway race, but probably not where you want to be at the halfway mark of a stage.
No, and they're still going to be in contention for stage points, but it's more the fact they're now both disconnected from their teammates, and I know both were relying heavily on them, especially Marin. Those three Dale Cup trucks are really controlling the field early on. I imagine they'll still be able to do so. Sebastian tends to find a way to the front, but it is going to be more difficult for them. A lot of sets of teammates up front now that I look at it. Limitless, they have 2 trucks tonight. It's Nagels and Vicente Guerrero. FSR with Jeff Crosby Jr., Zach Fritsch, and Zach Workman. They are near the front as well. Obviously, we've touched on the Dale Cup trucks, the Alliance trucks. A lot of teams up front, and we haven't seen a lot of that the last few weeks. So very, very good to see. We're going to see some teamwork work out on this restart right here.
All right, as the Chevy Silverado pace truck starts to peel down to the inside and hit pit road, Zachary Lima, Steve Karosik lead this field to restart number 2. We've had 2 caution flags here in stage number 1. We'll see if we can finish this one out. They head into the restart zone, and the green flag is out, and away we go. Onto the throttle, the front row goes, and the inside lane looks like they have the advantage for the moment, but the outside lane staying very tight to the back bumpers.
Yeah, really good jump by the guys behind Steve Karosik right here. It's almost a carbon copy of the last restart. The inside's got trucks. They're just not as connected. Now they are, but the trucks, the middle line is just so dominant in the trucks, especially on this first stretch down the back stretch. And yeah, here we go. Kurosik to the point as they head towards turn 3 with a big push from Hunter Reynolds. Sebastian Marin in tow, Kevin Freeze in tow. On the bottom, it's Lima, Crosby, Nagels, Fritsch. Strong top 8 trucks here. It's going to be really interesting to see what these two guys do on the front row of the field. Kurosik will go all the way to the point. No, a big push from Jeff Crosby Jr. and Cody Nagels. They said, no. We're not going to let you guys control the field. We want a piece of this too. 11 to go at the line in the stage.
We go on board with the 23 of Sebastian Marin as he pushes on the back bumper of the 26 of Hunter Reynolds. Working lap 15 of 94 onto the back stretch. And man, I'll tell you what, these trucks, they don't give you a whole lot to look around.
No, when you're tucked up in line, even from my experience even the last week or so, when you're tucked up in a tight line like this, it's so tough to see the next guy up. All you can see is the bumper of the truck in front of you, and if you're 3rd or 4th in line, it can just create so many problems. If the front guy gets out of shape, you got to check up, and you may not have time to do so. It's just, these things have become more tough to drive since the update. It takes a little more. Oh man, Jim Mayer turned harder to the outside wall, and he's upside down.
Oh my goodness, and things are switching very quickly here. We go to our 3rd caution of the night. Yellow flag coming out for Jim Mayer. Let's figure out what happened to the driver in that race truck, as Alex Green had just laid down the fastest lap of the race. And Mayer and Jimmy Reynolds make contact through the tri-oval. Take another look at it. And as they are coming through the tri-oval, man, not a good angle there, but you can just see the violence that the 95 hit that inside wall with from that angle. Let's see if we can't get a better angle here. I don't know, I think the 95 was trying to slot in, tuck in, whatever you want to say, and wiggling back and forth just a little bit. Looked like Jimmy Reynolds was trying to get to the outside while he was doing that. Glad I'm not race control.
Yeah, really strange incident there. The contact doesn't look significant. Like, it almost looks like right rear net code, but it did hook the 95 to the right. And boy, yeah, what a wicked hit for Jim Mayer as he slides by our camera there on the outside wall. That's one of the more wicked wrecks I've seen in the trucks, at least recently since the update. Boy, he slid on his side there for a considerable distance across the start-finish line.
So the 95, the 17, they have got some damage to work on. Just one fast repair available to the drivers here tonight. And pretty sure the 95 is going to have to use it. Looked like the 17 would have to use it as well. Not something you want to do, use that fast repair in the early stages of the race.
No, not at all. And I mean, if you use it this early, you pretty much have made your bed. You have to go hang out around the back of the field, just kind of take your moves where you can make them maybe, but you're not going to be back up front contending for a little while. You pretty much have to give up on stage points here as well, because we've seen how these stages tend to end, and you can't really afford to be up front with your last clean truck. So no, not the start that Jimmy Reynolds or Jim Mayer wanted, I imagine, but fortunately just one of those deals on super speedways.
Yeah, it's always a matter of time before you get caught up in an incident on a super speedway. And in my experience, it's been, doesn't matter if it's the front, the back, the middle of the pack, wherever, it can go wrong in a hurry for you right away.
Well, and we've seen the last few weeks, even if you do manage to hang around, if you use it early and you hang around till the end, that doesn't even disqualify you from being in an incident. I mean, how many times this season have we seen a last lap incident take out a ton of trucks and it just be a scramble to the finish? So, I don't know. It's a tough way to start, sure, but I don't know. When it comes down to it, it may not matter whether you have that fast repair or where you are in the pack for that matter either.
All right, Zachary Lima, Steve Karosik, once again on the front row for this restart. Lights go out on the Chevy Silverado pace truck. Jeff Crosby Jr., Hunter Reynolds in the 26. That makes up row number 2. Row 6 will be the 6 of Cody Nagels and the 23 of Sebastian Marin. So Dawson here on lap 18, gonna get the green flag on lap 19. What is that, a 6-lap shootout to the end of the stage?
Yeah, it'll be 7 to go to complete lap 25, so we're down to it now. Only a few laps until the 5-lap window kicks in for the stage to end under caution. So I mean, the way this race is going, I think as a driver, you have to be thinking, all right, we've got about 2 or 3 laps until you really need to be in position for your stage points. Whatever you are at the end of that lap, there's a decent chance we're going to wreck again. We've seen it at the end of stages numerous times this season already. So really, it's only about 3 laps, and you want to be in position. If we do go green, it is going to be 7 when we hit the line.
T. Told you I wasn't good at math.
Yeah, to be fair, I almost said 6 as well. So I'm definitely not perfect either.
I do quick math. I don't do good math.
Oh, I'm guilty as charged on that front.
All right, here we go. Lights are out on that Chevy Silverado. Side by side, the field makes its way off of turn number 4, and that pace truck going to peel off for the inside lane, or for pit road. And here we go once again as they work through the tri-oval. A long wait here at Talladega compared to Daytona, but nonetheless, that green flag is going to come out, and away we go. Zachary Lima looks like maybe that inside lane not getting as good as a start as they had before. That outside lane forming up very quickly, so watch this outside lane down the backstretch.
I think I figured it out, and if I'm looking correctly, I believe the one is missing a rear bumper, and I think he has been for a few restarts now. It's harder for Jeff Crosby Jr. to get on his bumper and push. You see it right now. He's got a sliding across his bumper, so it might be the issue. Obviously, Lima not going to give up track position and go get it fixed yet, but it could create some problems, not create any problems for the 33. Boy, Jeff Crosby Jr. is doing all the work on the bottom right now to push Lima to the point. He thought about going up to get his teammate. Now they're going to hang him out to try the middle. 3x3, his teammate comes to help him, but Jeff Crosby said, no, sir, you're not getting back down.
Man, oh man, that was a wild moment, and we are now 3 wide. Make it 4 wide with a 51 of Travis Elliott on the high side. The Zachary Lima, I thought, was going to get into that sucker hole, and he was there, but several trucks come to his aid, and he stays with the race lead. So all of that, and he still holds on to the top spot.
Oh, I'll tell you who's in the sucker hole now. It's the 2 Dale Cup trucks. His 2 teammates, Karosik and Marin, got stuck. Logan Helton and Hunter Reynolds says it's time to go. They've hung the 23 and 27 out 4 wide now off of turn number 4. Still Lima out front, but boy, it's going to be interesting to see what his teammates do as Crosby goes bottom to top for the race lead.
We are still 4 wide, and they are rubbing fenders along the wall. Sebastian Marin trying to keep Hunter Reynolds. Oh, contact! Hunter Reynolds is turned, and now goes the 13 of Andy Brigante. And the caution flag comes out once again, and that looked like 2 drivers really fighting over a piece of real estate that wasn't worth a whole lot of money.
That's what happens when those two guys get hung out 4 wide. All you can do is side draft and hope that somebody comes to your aid. No one did for the 23 and 027, and they went to go around them, and it's just that little bit of contact. It triggers the wreck, and boy, there's some innocent bystanders in this one that I can't imagine are going to be very happy. One man who is going to be very happy, assuming he cycles back around to the pace car right here, is Jeff Crosby Jr., who will win stage number 1, I believe, under caution here.
All right, we'll check that here in a moment as we get to looking at what happened here. As the field is heading into turn 1, you see the 26 and 23 make contact. But this actually started a little bit before that. There we go. Now we got it backed up far enough. Sebastian Marin in the 23 and the 26, Hunter Reynolds running very close to each other. 26 comes down, collects the 13. Wow. A lot of cars in that one.
Wow, wow, indeed.
A lot of trucks.
And it also collects last week's winner, Logan Helton, who was in that line going 4 wide. I think what you're going to see here is Hunter Reynolds thought he was clear. I don't know if he got pushed or if he just straight thought he cleared the 23. Let's see, I'm watching it back. Same time you are. Yep, that's exactly the case. He thought he was clear. He was not. And boy, that got big in a hurry.
All right, so with all the drivers coming on to pit road, the one who led them on to pit road was the 33, Jeff Crosby Jr. I hope you were watching. Was he the one that we think won the stage?
I will go back and double check it really quickly. Well, perhaps I will. On my end, it's not responding to me currently, but he was the one I thought was out front, and he did catch the pace car. He was the one right behind the pace car when they caught him on the back straightaway. So,
all right.
Like previous weeks, I'm gonna make my best educated guess and say yes.
I'm gonna say so because everyone came down pit road. He was the first one onto pit road, and this caution happened within the limits of ending the stage. So I have no information otherwise from race control or anything. Let's pull up Jeff Crosby Jr. See what he has to say. I'm sure he'll tell us he won. Of course, why not? Why wouldn't he? Hi, Dawson, I believe you've caught up with our stage 1 winner.
Well, I will double check really quickly. Jeff Crosby Jr., it's the boys in the booth. Can you confirm for us you're the winner of stage 1 right here?
I can confirm that, yep.
Alrighty, well, congrats on that stage win. That's a wild last lap for sure. We saw you fill that gap as Lima went to go up in front of his teammates. Kind of take us through what happened there. It looked like maybe he tried to commit to the top, and you said no, sir, when he tried to come back down.
Yeah, I mean, it was before that, too. I mean, he got loose, and I sent him straight up. I don't know if it was just one of those things, yeah, and about a lap later, I just saw that gap up there on the top, took it, and thankfully a caution came out. So that's the first stage win of the season, and hopefully we can continue to do that the rest of the race.
Well, yeah, obviously you're open for that. It's been a wild first stage. What are you guys up front? Are you guys talking to each other here, kind of telling each other to calm it down? Like, what's the mindset going to be here in stage 2? Is this going to be more of the same, or maybe we're going to get into a little bit of a green flag run here?
I assume it's going to be the same. I mean, I feel like the past few weeks have been a little bit chippy, so people are going to be jockeying for position to get up there to get some stage points for the second stage, and fuel might be an issue too. It's like a 13 to 14, well, maybe even 12 to 14 lap run on fuel. So we'll see. We'll see what happens here. I do expect the racing to continue the same way. Not really many people talking. I just know that it's definitely been aggressive. So you really have to make those moves, and you can't really hesitate. Hesitation kills on this track. So let's hope we can get another stage win here for the second stage.
All right. Well, real quickly before we let you get back to it here, as we're back too wide behind the pace truck, any thank you shout outs you want to give here for stage number 1?
Yeah, appreciate you guys up in the booth. Turn 3. I'm sure it's been a fun broadcast so far. Got some teammates up here now. Want to thank Workman and Fritch and FSR. Anybody watching at home, just keep watching. It's going to be fun.
All righty. Thank you so much. Congrats on that stage 1 win, Mr. Jeff Crosby Jr. in the 33.
All right, well, there you have it. Our stage 1 winner, Jeff Crosby Jr. Gonna restart on the inside of row number 1. 2 is outside, the 6 of Cody Nagels. Then it's the 14 of Vicente Guerrero, the 12 of Zach Fritch. Zach Fritch up 13 spots from where he qualified to make this appearance in row number 2. Then the 40 of Peter DeBorgia and the 510 of Richard Sanchez for row number 3. Chevy Silverado heads down to the inside, gonna hit pit road, probably because there's a recall. I will be underpaid to fix. I have no bitter issues to deal with. Jeff Crosby Jr. leading this field to the green flag to start stage number 2, and away we go as the 6 of Cody Nagels tries to match his pace on the outside.
Hey, he's got help coming to him. It took him a second, but Zach Fritch and Richard Sanchez are to him. They're going to have a run, a huge one, in fact, off of turn number 2 right here, as the inside is yet to get connected. So watch for the 6 of Cody Nagels go to the front for the first time. I said he was due. He's racing like Rent's due tonight. He's going to the front. And yeah, no, he's definitely due for a win. No surprise. He's going to go control the field. Crosby's got some solid help behind him, though. Vicente Guerrero, Nagels' teammate, is on the inside, along with Peter DeBorgia, and Kevin Freeze has made his way down there as well. What a flip in track position it is for guys like Dave Hunt, Jeff Crosby Sr., John Guerra a little further back as we're 2x2 off turn number 4.
Side by side, the first few rows of this field. But then about row 10, they start to scatter a little bit. And then we have some stragglers. And then we have some 2-car efforts at the back of the pack. Right now, Hunter Reynolds, the only car not on the lead lap. And he is multiple laps down, 2 laps down to those who are keeping score of what I have to say. And the 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr., our stage 1 winner, continues to battle for the race lead with the 6 of Cody Nagels.
So a long race to go as we go 2x2. A lot of rows deep here. Still everybody keeping their cool just for a little bit. But it is interesting to note the guys that are up front and the guys that have flipped the track position, it's pretty much all guys that need to win. I mean, it's guys that maybe have been up front but haven't gotten it done. The only exception is Kevin Freeze. He was our Daytona winner to open the season. No surprise to see him back up front, but everybody else up here back to about, let's say run number 6 or 7 are guys that are going to start to press the issue a little bit, need to start looking at winning races. Oh boy, big moment for Vicente Guerrero as he goes off the nose of Peter DeBorgia, but they keep it straight. Nagels pushes Crosby Jr. back to the lead in 3.
We go on board with the 14 of Vicente Guerrero as he works to the inside of the 33. Vicente in that 14, surging ahead off of turn number 4. You know, right now, leading a lap, yeah, you maybe got that clean air, you maybe have nobody in front of you, and you might feel like you're in control of your destiny, but there's still a lot of racing to go.
Yeah, and with the trucks, an important part is making sure you're positioned in the right spot, but also for strategy, you want to be up front. As Nagels, he got to the lead and he said, all right, I'm just going to go down, I'm going to settle in. Third line's coming up a little bit further back. Casey Gilchrist and Zach Workman, the first 2 to go up by the wall, try to make up some spots. Here come the Dale Cup trucks a little further back, Marin, Karosik, and Lima. So it's time to go for those guys as we get deeper into the stage. Nagels goes bottom to top. He'll control the middle line off turn number 4.
We ride on board with Casey Gilchrist, who is riding high, wide, and handsome. Look out as the 15 almost got into him. as they were all wiggling through the tri-oval, and Casey Gilchrist stayed
They're
firm.
gonna wreck, I think. They're gonna wreck, I think, and there's a caution out, and we are wrecking in turns 1 and 2.
And they are wrecking as we look behind the 31 of Casey Gilchrist. Yellow flag is out. All right, let's take a look and see what happened here. Contact as they got into turn number 1. The 47 getting turned. Oh, Casey able to get through that. That was a big moment for him, for sure, as he was going through the tri-oval. But the 47 did get turned going through the corner. Let's take another look here. 15 down to the inside, catches the 63, and then the 44 and the 47 make contact. And again, I think we see a caution that is needed, but nobody's spinning out, so to speak.
Yeah,
I mean, a caution definitely needed. Don't get me wrong.
a couple trucks out of shape again. To be fair, I think if I'm in their position and I see the 47 out of shape like he was, I probably do the same thing. I have no idea how Richard Kuhn does not spin this truck out. I mean, this is an impressive bit of driving. You get one more look at it. We're pointed at the inside wall. It just keeps it in the gas. It keeps it going straight. So, yeah, I probably would have done the same thing.
Absolutely. So, those cautions, well merited, but no one sideways, like pointed the wrong direction. Nobody smacking the walls. No one smacking into. There was slight contact, but no one smacking into each other. There is going to be some damage to fix, so that is a well-deserved caution. So the 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr. looking out the back of his truck as we work through this pit stop, and a very quick pit stop for the 33. As he is down and away, he is going to win the race off of pit road here in stage number 2. And I do believe Hunter Reynolds drove around the pace truck. So yes, there he is down the backstretch. He gets one of his laps back. He is the only truck one lap down. We started 36 trucks. We have 35 on the lead lap. And the 26 has a bit of a hole to dig out of. And he will hit pit road this time. But he does have one of those laps back, and that is a huge moment for him.
Yeah, he needed that caution in a bad way. If that went to a pit cycle, boy, he was really going to be off cycle from the leaders. He was probably going to lose another lap just based on being off cycle after the caution that we saw close to the end of stage 1. So he needed that in a bad way. He needs another one, really. Whether that be the stage here at lap 50 or just another caution here in about the next 10 laps. So it's a hole we haven't seen Hunter have to dig out of a lot when we've seen him on track this season. He's been out front a lot. This is a bit different for him, but he's got a clean truck. He's going to try to go get it. He's only one lap down now and plenty of race to go for the 26.
All right. I do have to backtrack just a little bit. Bobby Helton asking, wasn't lap 25 completed under green after the caution? And the answer is yes. We took the green flag of lap 25, or at lap 25. The yellow flag, if it comes out between lap 21 and lap 25, that is the end of the stage per the rule book of OP racing. And so when that yellow flag came out, that was it. The stage is done and over with. And this one came out right at the extreme beginning. And so that means we took the green flag at the extreme end of the possibilities. And so you kind of witnessed a the extreme moments of the situations, but they have to draw the line somewhere, and they decided that we have to make it that type of situation. So green flag did come out for lap 25, but yeah, so there you go. That's why, Bobby.
Makes sense. I mean, again, we always talk about the 5-lap window, but I was a bit hesitant myself while we were talking to Jeff Crosby Jr. I'm glad he confirmed for us from race control that he's the stage 1 winner, because I was thinking, I don't think we're going to be through lap 25, but it is the rule, like you said, and yep, it does seem a little confusing, but yeah, either way, a 24-lap first stage if you really want to count it that way, I guess.
Yeah, but I mean, if you think about it, stage ends at the completion of lap 25. We took the green flag. I believe it was at lap 25. So yes, they could have done 1 lap, but they have decided, because we have done that before, 1 lap shootout for a stage. The rule book was amended to avoid that. They felt the 1 lap give all, 0 issues. If you know what I'm saying, they did not want to have that 1 lap shootout for a stage.
No, I mean, that invites more problems than it solves, I think. Yeah, these guys definitely did not want to have to run that 1 extra lap. Especially not Jeff Crosby Jr., who will control the field on this restart, coincidentally. With Vicente Guerrero to his outside, Guerrero's teammate on row number 2, Cody Nagels, and Zach Fritsch. So they head back to the restart zone. Lap 33 will go on the board. 18 laps to go in stage number 2. Field in the hands of Jeff Crosby. He's on the loud pedal. Green flags out. And we see it again. The outside rolls headed back to turn 1. Guerrero to the point.
The 14 of Vicente Guerrero on the outside has the lead going into turn number 1. But the inside lane builds a little bit more momentum through the corner. But now you get to watch the outside lane charge back down the back stretch, as they are all pushing hard right here. And I'll tell you what, Dawson, we're working lap 33 and 94, stage number 2 going to end at the completion of lap 50. And I'm pretty sure we haven't seen the end of the caution flags for this stage.
No, I mean, the way we've been racing tonight, I think these guys have set the tone. It's going to be a lot less hanging out and waiting for the pit stop, and a lot more, I'm going to go get the positions now. And it's been kind of the rhythm of the season, if you will. It just seems like every week that's what's on everybody's minds. Not a lot of strategy being played here in stage number 2 either. It's just a lot of, I'm going to go get up front at whatever cost, 3, 4, 5 wide, however many it takes. So far in this run, none of that, but don't wait too much longer. I think we're going to be back to 3 and 4 wide again.
Yeah, I do expect to see these guys 3, 4, maybe even 5 wide at a time. But right now we are single file. Hunter Reynolds is 1 lap down. Logan Helton is multiple laps down, as I did not realize, but he has fallen off the pace. And he has been trying to work that car. As the caution flag comes out, we have several trucks in trouble, including the 13 of Andy Brigante and the 19 of Zach Workman, as the yellow flag comes out once again. Let's see if we can figure out what happened to the 19 of Zach Workman. Workman gets to the outside of the 66. And it looked like the 66 tried to go up there with him, but timed it just wrong. That is Bubba Winningham. And Andy Brigante was just like, man, guys, come on. I was just like trying to drive.
Yeah, this is a killer wreck for Brigante and Workman, who just, I think, were trying to lay back. See, Workman makes a move. Bubba comes up a little bit late. Oh, man, Brigante, I think he may have had a little help into that one, honestly, now that I watched that on board. But either way, brutal for 2 guys that I think just kind of wanted to ride around.
Yeah. Yeah. Hunter Reynolds in the 26 doesn't want to get to the back bumper of the 13, but does. And that's going to give him a 0x and eliminate him from being the wave around. So, yeah, this one's going to hurt not only Bubba Winningham, not only Andy Brigante and Zach Workman, but it catches out Hunter Reynolds, who gets a caution and does not get to be the wave around because of a 0x.
Yeah, just a brutal incident all around that didn't even happen at the front of the field. So tough break for everybody involved right there. Going on the pit road, Vicente Guerrero had the lead under the caution, so he's going to lead the field down onto the pit road. And we'll see how they cycle back out. This pit stop, unfortunately, in my view anyway, will take the strategy out of stage 2 as well, I believe. It's going to be right on the edge of making it to the end of the stage, just like what we saw in stage 1.
All right, the race off of pit road being won by the 14 of Vicente Guerrero. Kevin Freese, Travis Elliott, Jim Mayer all stay out. And Logan Helton in the 63 going to get the free pass and get one of his laps back. Or back on the lead lap? I think he is back on the lead lap with that.
Yep, that's correct. He'll be back at the tail end of the lead lap after he gets that lucky dog and drives on by the pace truck. I will note, interesting decision by the 25 of Kevin Freese. I mean, if you're good on fuel, okay, I guess, but this is not a guy that I thought was going to really focus on stage points tonight. I mean, I know he likes to be up front, but he's got to win. He's in the playoffs. I'm just not, other than regular season champion, I don't understand what would lead him to go race up front and go for stage points here.
Kevin Freese last on pit road on lap 30. So we're looking at a 20 lap stretch of fuel for the 25. He took a big gamble to do this. I think he's gambling that he's going to have enough cautions.
Oh boy, it's a tough gamble to make to run that long on a tank that you just heard Jeff Crosby say was 12 to 14 laps. Pitting on lap 30, you'd have to go a full 21 on a tank to make it to the end of the stage. I'm trying to see if I can hear anything from his end. He was just talking to the drivers around him. I thought maybe he was going to come around and pit and just take the lap lead. And maybe he's just trying for the bonus point, but no, he skips pit road. So he's going to lead the field back to green. A very strange decision by these top 3 drivers.
All right, lights go out on the Chevy Silverado. 25 out in front, choosing the inside lane. The 51 of Travis Elliott to his outside. Travis Elliott up 29 positions from where he started this race. And with that being said, was he a driver who took a qualifying time?
Yes, he was the final driver in the field that took a qualifying time. He started this race in 31st.
31st, final driver, okay. I knew it was somewhere around there. What was his qualifying time? Do you remember?
On my board, it is showing a 1 minute 9 second qualifying lap out of Mr. Travis Elliott.
Dang,
my guess is maybe wanted to run the lap, maybe didn't want to risk being in the what we call the hornet's nest in the middle of the field, so decides to run a lap that'll put him not at the tail end of the field, but close enough to the tail end he can kind of just find his spot and ride.
1 minute 11, missed it by 3. 2, missed it by 2. The goal is 1 minute 9 seconds. It happens. You can miss it.
Yeah, well.
Yeah. Inside joke. I'll fill you in later.
Yeah, yep.
Kevin Freese in the 25 finds himself on the inside for this restart, but he has not come down pit road, and he has quite a bit of racing to do before he gets there, or gets that chance to be on pit road. I should really complete my thoughts, KR. Good grief. Dawson, why don't you save me?
Well, I'll try my best, certainly, as Kevin Freese is going to get on the loud pedal. Get back to green flag racing. 12 laps to go in stage number 2. Of course, the question is going to be for the remainder of this stage, do Kevin Freese, Travis Elliott, and Jim Mayer have enough gas to make the end of the stage? As we're wrecking already, Freese, DeBorgia are out of shape. Still green on the racetrack. It was just those two that got out of shape in 1 and 2. Bad pushes on the bottom line. It's stacked up. We're going to stay green, I think, but the field is all kinds of separated.
We do have one pointed the wrong direction. That is the 12 of Zach Fritsch. He is gone straight to pit road to get out of that situation. And now the caution flag does come out. So yellow flag coming out just like that. Travis Elliott going to lead this field to that start-finish line. And things went awry very quickly on the restart. Peter DeBorgia in the 40 on the inside here. Green flag comes out. They cross the start finish line. Everyone grabs another gear and continues to accelerate. And then the 12 of Zach Fritsch looked like something happened to him that triggered all of this. Not sure what happened to the 12, but let's take another look here. $25.95, the first two trucks on the inside road. Then the 12 of Zach Fritsch. They all start accelerating, then the 12 really had to check up there to get off the back bumper of the 95, and because of that, he gets turned, and we get another caution flag.
Yeah, a couple of things on that one. I think my best guess is going to be that either Jim Mayer in the 95 or Zach Fritsch in the 12 missed a shift. I think they missed a gear right there, maybe going from second to third. Maybe even third to fourth. I don't know if we would have gotten a fourth gear by the middle of turn 1. So maybe second to third. Just somebody missed a gear and it accordioned back to the 12. And obviously, if you're the guy behind Zach Fritsch, it's going to be very hard to slow that truck down. But alas, man, that's a really tough break. You know who it's not a tough break for, and that's Jim Mayer, ironically in the 95, as well as Kevin Freese and Travis Elliott, who continue to run up front. If that's ever a gift-wrapped caution to help them get to the end of the stage, if that's not one, I don't know what is.
Around goes the 26 of Hunter Reynolds. So he is back on the lead lap. Zach Fritsch sitting on pit road. And I'm not sure. I think Zach Fritsch is out of fast repairs. I think he was involved in one earlier here tonight, was he not?
He was, and now my guess is, based on that, maybe I changed my theory. I'm almost wondering, did Fritsch perhaps drop a gear instead of grabbing one as we went into turn 1? I didn't see a puff of smoke, so I'm not sure, but I wasn't looking very closely. Perhaps he may have expired the engine on the number 12 as he went to grab third gear going into turn number 1.
I'll tell you what, this driver might be upset and we might have a colorful interview. So if you have a young one watching, this is your warning now, but we are going to pull up Zach Fritsch and see what he has to say about the situation he finds himself in. Zach Fritsch, you got your ears on, bud? Oh, nope, he's asleep. Dak, this is your conscience speaking. We haven't talked in many years.
What? Hi. You came back.
Oh, yes. I'm here.
Did you bring the eggs and milk back?
No, I brought popcorn.
Oh, okay.
Zach, what happened out there, and why are you on pit road?
Oh, I think you've seen what happened. It went kaboomy.
The engine did go kaboomy. Why did it go kaboomy?
Can I? Oh, no, I'm not going to beat the pit exit. Oh, how sad. Well, let's see here. I was pushing Jim, and then I went to go, there was like a checkup from them. So my brain very well malfunctioned. It was like, like brake at the same time / like for some reason go down to second when I was supposed to go to fourth. So yeah, I went to second and went kaboom when we were getting ready to shift into fourth.
All right, well, Dawson said there's a possibility you missed a shift, so...
Oh, no, yeah, I'm only shifted that.
However, I was like, there's no way that my knight in
Zach
shining
Fritch,
armor...
Yeah, would not do that ever.
He would never miss a shift.
Never. I always catch all the shifts.
All the shifts.
Yeah.
And now you're breaking my heart.
Hey, since having a gear shifter,
I have to throw this diamond in the ocean.
Yeah, you're gonna have to. Ever since having this gear shifter, I've money shifted probably 4 times. So out of like what, 2 years? So hey, we're okay. We still got a good ratio, you know, of not money shifting.
Well, all right, that answers that, Dawson. Tell Zach you need a raise.
I mean, I'm not gonna take all the credit for it. I'm calling like I see it up here, KR.
Yeah. Once you look at the wreck better, KR. Gosh.
No, I refuse to.
You just want to see people go to the moon all the time.
I'm just here for the rocket launches. All right, that is Zach. Zach, what team are you with? I'm sorry. FSR, that's right. All right. We are going green flag racing once again. Travis Elliott, driver of the 51, leading this field to the green flag with the 14 of Vicente Guerrero to his outside. And Dawson, nice job on that call. So carry us through this lap.
Yeah, I will. Hopefully nobody money shifts like Zach Fritch just did. And quite the interaction with him after it. So I don't know if we'll replicate that. So hopefully nobody has to here on this restart. But no, it's 3 by 3. Well, 3 by 3 in a way. It's 3 trucks on each line here connected off turn number 2. Travis Elliott still hoping to get that gas tank to the end of this stage. It's still going to be close. Yeah, himself and Kevin Freeze may need another one. Boy, speaking of Freeze, what a push on the outside. He's going to clear Vicente Guerrero to the lead. 14 is going to choose to stay middle line. Take the help with him. Stay in front of Kevin. Oh, boy, Travis Elliott trying to manage the help there from Cody Nagels on the bottom, and the bottom is not going here. And Cody Nagels starting to get a little bit impatient in the number 6 off turn number 4. We're going to come down to the line. 7 to go. There's the big push from Nagels. New leader Travis Elliott. Side by side. Oh boy, dead to heat at the line. I think Guerrero got that lap lead. Headed back to turn number 1.
Travis Elliott in the 51. Vicente Guerrero in the 14. Cody Nagels in the 6. These guys all are veterans at super speedways, and they all know what's on the line to try and win this stage. But just because I called out those 3, keep in mind the 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr., the 25 of Kevin Freese, they are back there as well. These guys all have something to say about who could win this stage. We will end this stage at the completion of lap 50, or should the caution flag come out just before the end of the stage. So everyone knows now is the time to get after it, and now is the most dangerous time. And already we have one truck trying to rim ride. That is the 46 of David Overstreet. He was up on the wall, all up to the top side, and now he has several trucks forming up behind him. We have a solid 3rd lane forming up. This could get interesting at the end of this stage.
Yeah, these heavy hitters up front that we're used to seeing, they are not going to be alone for long. The third line has formed up. It's Les Levy leading up there in the 62. Now Casey Gilchrist is going to make his move to the outside. He wants a piece of this at the front. He dives out a third in line. Now the top line's going to suffer, the middle line is going to suffer just a little as they wait for their help to regroup. Oh, their help's not going to regroup. Lima goes to the top. Kevin Freeze throws a block, but he can't make it stick. So Freeze goes to the middle. 3 wide for the race lead and 1 and 2.
They are 3 wide through the corner, and everyone looking very nice and tight and tidy down the back stretch. Ooh, I don't think they look this way the next time around. Already the 25 drops down to the inside. Lima, oh, can he clear the 31? He cannot. Casey Gilchrist out in front of this very hungry pack as they make their way onto the front stretch.
Oh, it's a wrong move on 2 accounts there. You saw Lima make the wrong move. So too did the 31 of Gilchrist, who gets shuffled. Levy goes to the middle. Guerra follows him down, and Guerra's going to get hung. Oh boy, we're about 6 wide. Back in the pack, they wreck. It's Gilchrist.
Oh my! Oh, hard impact.
It's blowing apart in turns 1 and 2.
One driver absolutely is going to have to be removed from the vehicle. Andy Brigante caught up into another one. Anthony English in the 44 involved. And that will do it for the stage. So keep your eye out, Dawson, on that as I try and set up this replay. Let's take a look here as they go into turn number 1. 31 of Casey Gilchrist getting turned. And it looked like Gilchrist making the biggest movement from the top to bottom as this was happening. Then from there, it was just chaos. Anthony English involved, Jimmy Reynolds, Andy Brigante, Jim Mayer. Go off the nose of the number 3 of Alex Green as he gets turned. And this is for sure our biggest one of the night. Take one last look as Kevin Freese is the first one on the pit road. All right, Dawson. As we go back live, who'd you see hit pit road first?
It is going to be Kevin Freese in the 25, and he was definitively ahead. I went back and actually got an angle of it that time. No doubt in my mind when the caution came out, it's going to be Kevin Freese, our Stage 2 winner tonight at Talladega.
All right, let's get him fired up and into the booth. Found him down in Team Bootnaka, so let's move him up here and see how Kevin feels about this stage win. You got your ears on, bud?
Yeah, how you doing tonight, KR?
I am doing fine. However, I have a microphone in my hands. I do not have a steering wheel. I feel like there's some broken wrists out there tonight.
Yeah, luckily I've stayed out of it. Just trying to stay up front, stayed out there, took the gamble, not pitting when everybody else did, hoping this would happen. Yeah, and it worked out. I was going to be it was going to be really close if I could make it to the stage finish. Probably would have had to pit with 2 to go. But luckily didn't have to do that. We didn't make it that far.
Well, I'll tell you what, when I saw that yellow flag came out and you were last on pit road, I believe it was lap 30, somewhere in there, I was like,
Yeah.
Kevin is definitely making the gamble, and that gamble paid off for you, man. Nice job. Congratulations on the stage win. What's it like out there on the speedway? Because up here, it seems like the drivers are feeling the pressure. They know that caution is coming out within 5 laps. So what's it like out there knowing that that pressure exists?
Yeah, I think we just need to get one moderately long run in just to get in a rhythm. I think the cautions have been flying so frequently that the race, nobody's been able to really settle in and just get in a rhythm with how the race is going to play out, and it's just leading to these restarts being full out, just pushing everybody as hard as you can for as long as you can until you get hot. But it's all going to be about, if it keeps like this, keeping your track position and just not making any mistakes on the pit road. But as long as they're yellow flag pit stops, you should be pretty good. Hopefully we get some green flag and can really have a nice battle here till the finish.
All right, man. Well, congratulations on the stage win. Lights are out, so we'll let you get to it. Anything else you need to say that you haven't yet?
Yeah, thank you to you and Dawson for putting on the broadcast tonight, and thanks to all the boys in Team Bunaka. Hopefully we can get somebody locked into the playoffs tonight and keep our good season going strong.
All right, there you have it. Kevin Freeze, our stage 2 winner, as we get him back down to his team. So Dawson, the 25, picks up the stage on a big gamble there. And man, I'll tell you what, it was a big gamble because he was, let's just say he was 3 inches away from getting it wrong.
Yeah, a big gamble, you're right. But it pays off for him. He gets a couple of, like I said, gift-wrapped cautions. You know, obviously he's probably not going to agree with the way I said that, but that's what it is. And he got lucky to get cautions when he did, and he comes away with another stage win. Man, what a season this guy's having so far. He's locked in the playoffs already, and he says, you know what, I'm just going to keep it going. He wins another stage. We'll see if he can get another race win to be our first repeat winner this season. We got a lot of guys behind him, though, that have yet to win. Stage 3 about to get underway, headed to the Tribal.
Yeah, he is got a chance to be our first repeat winner as he won the first race of the season. But you have to get to the end of this one, and here we go. Green flag is out. We are underway once again. And I'll tell you what, we have to get to the end of lap 94 to settle this one out. Keep in mind, we will use 2 attempts at a green-white checkered if we need them. And so now we have to settle in and get ready for the long haul. That is the last few bits of this race. 2 green flag pit stops are needed to get to the end. A lot to deal with here if you're a crew chief, Dawson.
Yeah, and I say this every week. We're going to keep it going as my mantra here as we get to stage 3. I'm glad I'm up here and not down there trying to make these calls. They're tough when you're in the truck. You know, I've had to do it a couple of times the last couple of weeks as strategy becomes a part of the race. Oh boy, Cody Nagels, he bails on the bottom line. He says, I'm going to go to the middle, follow the Dale Cup guys to the front. So Cody, he's a little impatient early in stage number 3. His teammate, though, Guerrero, for the moment, is the race leader with Kevin Freeze, a very good pusher behind him. But here come those Dale Cup trucks on the outside. Korosik's going to take the point, I think, on the backstretch.
One of the things that we have not talked about or graphically shown is the points, and that is a faux pas on me. But here tonight, this was the points as they came into the race. Cody Nagels, our point leader, despite the fact that he has not won a race. And that just goes to show how intense this points battle could be, with one winner for each and every race as we mix it up at the tri-oval. The Cody Nagels, Gabe Butler running 1 and 2. Our first winner in the point standings, that's Sebastian Marin. He's all the way down in 4th, and he missed a race, and that's why that is the way it is. But Logan Helton in 5th, he has made every start and has 1 win, but that just goes to show how extreme everything is this season.
Well, and I kind of alluded to it when we opened up tonight. I said those guys a little further down in the standings, or even guys at the top of the standings, like a Cody Nagels, for example, you can think about pointing your way into the playoffs, but at a certain point, it's going to take a win. I mean, there's a possibility we could have 13 different winners by the time we get to the playoffs, and all of a sudden, say a guy like, and I got to look at the standings as we run 2x2 into turn number 1, is Cody Nagels is going to go to the point. But a guy, say, like a Jimmy Reynolds, a Nate Warren, a Vicente Guerrero, guys that haven't won yet, they got to start thinking about winning, because if we end up with 13 different winners, you're not going to be in the playoffs by the time we get to the end of the regular season. So it has been extreme, but it's going to start to display itself on the racetrack the closer we get to the playoffs.
Right now, as they work their way through 3 and 4, a lot of these drivers aren't thinking about playoffs. They're just thinking about trying to win this race. The 14 of Vicente Guerrero slides up to the top side to get with his teammate, the 6 of Cody Nagels. Once those two hook up, they really become a dynamite pair. We have to keep our eyes on the 14 and the 6, the 25, Kevin Freese, and the 51 of Travis Elliott down on the inside. Elliott in that 51, a very experienced pusher. And I say that because he has learned how to push somebody to clear them in whatever lane he is in on the last lap and find a way to make a pass and get that win.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And you could say that about several guys up front, I think. And I think it goes hand in hand. You said the guys weren't thinking about playoffs, but they were thinking about winning this race. I think it goes hand in hand because we've heard Kevin allude to it before. Once you win a race, you know you're locked in. Then you could just kind of race for points. Maybe you go get some stage wins. Maybe you don't. You have a little more freedom. But I think it goes hand in hand. I think when you're thinking about making the move to win the race, I think you have to be thinking about, this is my only way to get into the playoffs. I don't think you can operate on, well, I've been consistent, maybe I'll get in. No, I think you have to operate on every single week in, week out, I've got to be in position to win the race. And we got a lot of guys that are in that position tonight. They're going to make the moves that they need to be in contention here. Vicente Guerrero is the big one. Boy, what a run he's having tonight in the 14, switching lanes, jumping across his teammate's nose. He's in the right spot here as we start to get close to that pit window.
Last time this field was on pit road was lap 48 as they work around the 66 of Bubba Winningham. Winningham into the wall, several other cars sideways. And we hold on to it for the moment. But that was a big catch your throat in your hand, because the 66 tagged the wall and looked like he got into one other truck. But we stay green.
Oh, big moment up front. Mark Mann's in the wall. We're wrecking, and Mark Mann is up on top of the wall. He collects Lima Reynolds, Casey Gilchrist, and others.
So yellow flag out once again here on lap 57. Mark Mann in the 04 tore up from the floor up. That's a fast repair if he's got one left. All right, let's try and back this up. 04 Mark Mann looks like an accordion effect type of crash. Zachary Lima, Hunter Reynolds, Casey Gilchrist, Sean McCara. All these drivers getting involved. Go off the nose of the 71. You can see the hard contact. Dawson, what'd you see?
Well, it kind of all started up at the front, I think, and with Vicente Guerrero. This was a big moment up at the front of the field as Guerrero got off center with his teammate Cody Nagels and bounced off the 25. It's the second time tonight someone's bounced off Kevin Freeze, and it kind of just stacked up the field and caused a chain reaction that unfortunately is going to collect some good trucks. Obviously, Mark Mann, Zach Lima, Hunter Reynolds getting the worst of it. I think what we'll see on this replay here will just confirm that maybe that, oh yeah, it's not really on Cody Nagels or Vicente as much as it is the line was moving, and obviously Steve Karosik can't see through Cody's truck, so just kind of one of those deals where the line's coming faster than Vicente expected it to come. They couldn't get centered up, and we're really lucky we didn't wreck a whole lot more trucks than that.
Well, with that being said, the 14 did not come down pit road. He's the only truck that did not come down pit road. And Zach Fritsch thought he was going to get the free pass. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. I'm not sure. Not sure what's going on with the 14. What has happened here? The 14 has not come down pit road. He's pulling down to the inside. I think there's an issue, and because of that, the 14 has trapped the 12 behind the pace truck, and he is not continuing on. He is slowing down. And this really hurts the 12 of Zach Fritsch. He thought he was going to be the free pass or maybe the wave around. But with the 14 never hitting pit road, wow, this really catches out the 12 of Zach Fritsch.
Yeah, so it's a pretty complicated explanation of this one and requires some kind of insider stuff here. So basically what has happened is Vicente Guerrero was penalized for that incident on the racetrack. It's just kind of the procedure that it works through, but he never served the penalty before the field came down pit road. He did his pit stop, he came out, he was the race leader, or stayed out, either one. I wasn't really paying attention to the 14, but regardless, he was the race leader. But the penalty was cleared, and that's really tough to explain, so I won't bother tonight. But in essence, just kind of a misunderstanding, and Vicente Guerrero is going to the back of the field here for that incident. But yeah, no, tough break for Zach Fritsch, but unfortunately just kind of a procedural thing there under the caution. Really odd situation.
All right, well, the 25 of Kevin Freeze says, thank you very much. I'll take whatever you give me, as he is now choosing the outside lane. Travis Elliott and the 51 on the inside for the restart. Those two drivers make up row number 1. Row number 2 going to be Steve Karosik in the 027 and Zach Workman in the 19 on the outside. Row 3, oh boy, look out. The 23 of Sebastian Marin and the 6 of Cody Nagels. That's your first 3 rows for this restart. We're working lap 60 of 94. And we are still, I still think we're 2 pit stops away from the end of the stage, or end of the race.
We definitely still are. Even if you can stretch it 14, we still are going to have 34 laps to go. So definitely still looking at a 2-stop race. And that you have to continue to race that way as a driver. I think we saw it quite a bit on that last run. I think guys have kind of realized, okay, this is going to be a 2-stop green flag stop kind of race if we run it out. Not a lot of 3 wide. A lot of guys just kind of hanging out where they are, waiting to try to find the right group to pit with and the right spot in line to jump down and pit. And we were getting really close to that window right there when that caution came out. So they filled up again. Next pit window is going to open between laps 72 and 74 if our fuel run data and what we've heard from the drivers is accurate. So, yep, still 2 stops left, and these drivers are going to keep having to crunch numbers inside the cabs of these race trucks. So it's going to be a tough strategy call, but alas, Kevin Freeze leads the field back in the trial for the restart.
All right, here we go. The Chevy Silverado gets out of the way, and we let these race trucks take over the show. Here they come through the tri-oval. One driver is going to win this race here tonight, but if we're not careful, we're only going to have one driver still running in this race. As the green flag comes out, we are underway once again. Oh, and trouble behind them right away. Yellow flag back out. Anthony English pointed the wrong way. Matt Wagner in the 11 involved as well. And our new race leader is the Chevy Silverado pace truck.
Yeah, it's been the race leader a lot tonight, hasn't it? I mean, right after we said maybe they're going to keep it calm, it's devolved again. And this still, I think, is going to leave us with a two-stop race. Just a weird stack of, wow, that's an odd incident right there on the start.
Yeah, it looked like an issue for the 44 of Anthony English. Let's see if I can get a better view of it. Yeah, just kind of a accordion effect on the inside line. And Anthony English trying to accelerate, make slight contact while trying to grab a gear, maybe. He's not the only one who was, you know, wrong place, wrong time.
No, it's I think it's just the unfortunate timing of when he gets hit. As you're coming through the gears, especially in the trucks, and especially if you haven't taken tires on a few pit stops, the rear two wheels do tend to spin. And so I'm wondering if maybe as he goes to gas up after the line checks up, if he doesn't spin the back wheels, and unfortunately he just has no grip once he gets hit and goes for a spin, collects a couple other trucks. That's just a really unfortunate incident.
We'll take one more look at this from a different angle, and you can see the accordion effect coming into play. Wow. I am glad I am not race control.
Yeah, no, I would not want to be in their shoes. Boy, I'll tell you what, and I got to verify this, David Overstreet has stayed out, and if you can believe it or not, KR, Zach Fritsch is going to be stuck behind yet another truck under a caution, unless he's the lucky dog, and I will verify that for you. And he is, so he will get his lap back. Boy, almost another just, like, agitating moment there for Fritsch, but luckily he gets his lap back on the lucky dog.
So what you're telling me is he's not going to throw the steering wheel.
I don't think he's going to throw the steering wheel. I also don't think he's going to throw the helmet like we saw Austin Dillon do yesterday. If anybody caught that incident, that was, that was interesting.
All right, sounds good to me. With that being said, guys, they are going to restack, and we're going to take a quick break. No one go anywhere. We'll be right back after this.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Whopper, 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 Junior, Double, Triple, Whopper, Impossible or Bacon Whopper, I rule this day. And BK, have it your way.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we get ready to fire them off once again as we work lap 64 of 94. This one under caution, but the lights are out on the Chevy Silverado. David Overstreet and Les Levy from Checkered Flag Motorsports find themselves out in front of the field for this restart. These two drivers, no strangers to pulling out an upset win, and no strangers to great teamwork to keep everyone behind them. So Dawson, we might see something here out of Checkered Flag, but we're going to take the green flag at lap 65. That's, by my count, at least 3 laps before the end of the race.
Yeah, it's a lot more than 3, so it's an interesting call out of Checkered Flag Motorsports. They actually have the top 3 trucks on the running order right now. They all opted to stay out under that caution. It's a little bit like the gamble we saw Kevin Freese pull in stage 2, but they've got a little longer to go. So I don't know. Maybe just since it was only about a 3-foot run after the start-finish line, and take the track position, why not? And you're still going to be relatively close on strategy. It's a gamble from Overstreet, Levy, and Winningham, the teammates from Checkered Flag Motorsports, who now control the field. Back into the tri-oval. David Overstreet in the 46 will have control of the restarts. He waits on that restart zone. He hits it, green flag. He's back on the loud pedal. 30 laps to go from Talladega Super Speedway. And, I don't think this gamble's going to pan out for him, as the bottom line does not get going behind David Overstreet. Top line is way, way, way better connected. And Les Levy goes to the point, turn number 1, but Kevin Freese, Steve Crows again. We've got another yellow on the racetrack.
I believe John Guerrera in the 59 brings out the caution flag for this one. Let's see if we can back it up. And nope, not there. Let's go ahead and go to the green flag. There we go. John Guerrera in the 59. Coming through the tri-oval, 071 of Eric Glory, and another accordion effect. 3 trucks go down into the infield, and Guerrero smacks the inside wall very hard. Hope all the pit crews were safe on that one, because man, did he go for the pit stalls at the end of pit lane.
Another just really big checkup on the bottom. It's basically the same thing we just saw with Anthony English. It's like we just watched the same wreck twice. It's odd. In 6 races this season, I can't remember that happening one time where it ended in a wreck, and now it's happened twice in 5 minutes. So hopefully we can get that under control and actually go racing again at some point tonight. That'd be nice. That's what we're here to commentate anyway.
Right? It is. So with that being said, we're going to take a break, because, well, we want to. So we'll be right back after this.
racing. You wanted the best. You got them 4 abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt. The World of Outlaws.
Whopper, 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 Junior, Double, Triple, Whopper, Impossible or Bacon Whopper. I rule this day. And BK, have it your way.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as the Dega 250 continues to soldier on. We're working lap 68 of 94. A lot of drivers came down pit road last time around to top off their fuel tanks. Lights have gone out on the Chevy Silverado. The 25 of Kevin Freese, the 027 of Steve Karosik make up row number 1 for this restart. Then Travis Elliott in the 51 and Logan Helton in the 63, who had been 1 lap down earlier in this race, or 2 laps down, I do believe, has made his way back onto the lead lap and into front runner contention. Then the 12 of Zach Fritsch, who was laps down and has taken full advantage of getting back on the lead lap. And to his outside, that is the 62 of Les Levy. That makes up row number 3. So Dawson, this field stacked up 2 by 2, several rows deep. We've had a few trucks that have come down pit road, and so they are at the tail end of the longest line. However, we still have very different strategies for the end of this race. Silverado onto pit road. Dawson, we're going to get another green flag.
Yeah, we are. Hopefully we can make it more than about 50 feet this time, as I'm sure that's what these guys up front are hoping, as Kevin Freese will have control of this race start. He sees the green flag, and we're back underway at Talladega. Another restart for these guys to try to figure it out, and the bottom line goes big time this time around. They're going to roll through turns 1 and 2. The help not there to Logan Helton or Steve Karosik quite yet. You're going to see them maybe separate a little bit. They don't have a third. Now they're going to get a third in Les Levy, but Kevin Freese is going to be able to clear up. Let's see if he does it. Off of turn number 2. Seen him do it all season. No, he's going to stay in line. So a change of pace for Kevin Freese up front. He stays locked up on the bottom line with Travis Elliott in behind him in tow. Oh boy, what a push the 51 is giving. Wow. Impressive effort there as Les Levy peeks to the top side for the first time. Going to drop back in line. Yeah, there we see it. I mean, right when I stopped talking about it, of course. But we've seen it all year. You have to control the lines in the trucks. It's exactly what Kevin Freese is best at. When he's out front, he is borderline unstoppable, and he's able to control lanes like he has tonight. So a lot of repeat winners potential tonight. We've got several up near the front. Logan Helton is third in line in the middle. Sebastian Marin is third in line in the bottom. And, of course, Kevin Freese, our Daytona winner, is on the point. Still getting a push by Steve Karosik down the backstretch. Here comes Travis Elliott to his inside.
Travis Elliott making a charge on the inside lane down the backstretch. And Kevin Nagels wants to know, how is this Wreck Fest, the Premier League? I got to tell you, my mama said if I don't have anything nice, don't say anything nice at all. Wait, no. 2 + 2 = 6. Dawson,
it's close enough. Yeah, it's close enough. As Elliott drops below, drops to the low line in front of Zach Fritsch, who we talked about. An impressive comeback for him and Logan Helton. No, it's like you talked about. It's kind of been the story of the season. I'm not sure what's gotten into these guys this season, but just can't seem to stay out of incidents. Maybe now we've got it figured out. We do still have a pit stop looming. Just one, I think, if I've done my math right, which I do quick math, not good math, just like you. So, I don't know, maybe I have our fuel runs wrong too. We'll see. Regardless, Zach Fritsch may get clear here off of 4. Nope. Karosik and Freeze. Gotta make sure that doesn't happen as Fritsch almost followed the 51 up the racetrack. That was dangerous off turn 4.
Oh, as Les Levy makes a jump to the outside lane. Cody Nagels in the 6 with him through the tri-oval. Now we're 3 wide racing. I am trying to do some accurate math, and with 23 laps to go, Travis Elliott was last on pit road on lap 62. So I believe Travis Elliott in the 51 is at the tail end or at the extreme end of this fuel strategy of making it on one more pit stop, along with everyone else who came down pit road on lap 62 or 63. But then Sebastian Marin, who is trying to make a run to the front, he came down on pit road on lap 66. So he has a bit of a buffer. So we still have, as far as I can tell, 3 strategies out there. Travis Elliott has one strategy, Sebastian Marin has another, and then you have some drivers who came down before this green flag came out to top off their fuel tank, gave up all kinds of track position to do that. And so what do they have in store as far as where this all shakes out?
Oh, it's going to be really interesting because you're going to see 3 unique disconnected groups, I think, come on the pit road. Oh boy, Zach Fritsch just got hung out to dry. He's going backwards in a hurry. He's going back to the help of David Overstreet as Elliott and Freeze ducked out of line and go right back to 1-2. What a move up front by those 2 drivers. But you're going to see 3 unique groups pit. Usually it's at most 2. Tonight it's going to be 3. Big moment for the Dale Cup teammates. Marin and Korosik tried to plot that move. It did not work out. They got disconnected. Now the third line is roaring to the front. Marin, Lima, Nagels lead that charge. And here comes Vicente Guerrero. He wasn't at the back for long. It's time to go for the 14 machine as well.
Gonna have 20 laps to go when they cross the start-finish line this time. Sebastian Marin in the 23, out in front. Travis Elliott in the 51, slicing down to the inside. Sebastian Marin making his way to the middle lane, gets a hard shove by the 25 of Kevin Freeze. Wow. I mean, these drivers are racing like it's the last lap, and we still have 20 to go.
Can we keep it going as Lima bounces off the 25 and checks up the field? What a save at the front right there by really everyone involved. That's actually the 3rd time Kevin Freeze has been door slammed in this race. And he keeps it straight all 3 times, and we avoided disaster again at the front of the field. But no, this is incredible up front. All of a sudden, these guys dicing, slicing, back and forth, top, middle, bottom, just trying to find the runs. This is incredible racing up front.
We ride on board with the 88 of Gabe Butler, and you can see the traffic jam that it is, and you can kind of get an understanding of just how you have to make a desperate move or a quick decision or any kind of whatever it is that you feel you need to do as they stack up in the front here just a little bit, but gonna settle it down as we head into turn number 3. But yeah, you get an idea of just how boxed in you are, and if you make a wrong move in a attempt at desperation, why things are going wrong here tonight.
Yeah, and you have to take the runs when you get them. When you get clear, you have to take it, and unfortunately, it can split up your teammates, and we saw it right there. Cody Nagels got the raw end of that deal in turns 3 and 4 as Lima and Korosik cleared down. Marin actually clears all the way down to the bottom in front of Les Levy, who just cleared down off turn number 2. just a lot of cycling up front as guys look for the runs, guys look to control the lanes, and I think that's exactly what you're going to see the 027 and the 1 do right here. Nice coordinated move. They go middle to bottom. Dale Cup lined up all 1, 2, 3 on the bottom. Dave Hunt has made his way to the front. How about the 53, the 44, Anthony English as well has made his way to the front. Looking for more guys. Adam Kilday, Sean McCara, Zach Workman's back in this front draft. Slicing, dicing, guys making their way to the front as we approach this pit stop that's going to be ever so crucial.
We ride on board with the 04 of Mark Mann. And it's been a while since I did it, and I'm doing this for no other reason than just because. This one's for you, Mark. Yeah, that just happened.
Well, a big stack up in the middle line as Lima they kind of got separated. That was really odd. It's allowed the top line to get there, and look who it is. The Limitless boys are back to the front. It's Cody Nagels and Vicente Guerrero, and they've got Zach Workman of FSR in tow. Gabe Butler coming from further back, a truck out of line. I think it was Les Levy.
Yeah, Les Levy in trouble. He is dropping through the field, and he does not have a yellow yet. We stay green, the 62. Crab walking, he has got some heavy damage, but no yellow flag, and he is going to have to limp that truck around to pit road. Wow, Les Levy, a front runner here in this moment before this happened. I am trying to figure out what happened to the 62. So Dawson, keep us in check.
Yeah, while you're doing so, I will say it is business time on pit road. Kevin Freeze, Steve Karosik, the first two to drop out of line. They bring a crowd with them. Logan Helton, Travis Elliott, Zach Fritsch, and others. The first group to pit with 16 laps to go.
All right, we're going to take a look here. I have a feeling that this is backed up quite a bit too far, but I am not sure what happened where here for Les. But as they make their way off of turn number 4, and you can see he just, oh my goodness, a hard shot to the inside wall.
Oh,
wow.
boy. Yeah,
How no one else hitting?
Yeah, I have no idea. We'll keep you updated real quickly off turn 4. It's, no. Okay. Oh, they faked me out. They got me to bite. Thought guys were going to pit. They did not. They are going to stay out on track. They're going to try to gain some time. That's exactly what this front 5 is thinking. They are hooked up. They are rolling. They are trying to gain time on that group that just pit. And I'm going to tell you this, KR, I think that group came too early. 16 laps to go. I don't think they can make it all the way to the end.
They can make it to the end of this race, but keep in mind, we have 2 attempts at a green-white checkered, and so 16 laps, yeah, you're right at the limit. But that's gamble. You are gambling that you do not have to have the long runs for the green-white checkers.
Well, yeah, and I'm just basing it on what Jeff Crosby said is, here we go, business picking up on pit road. This is the big group to pit. Let's make sure everyone gets in okay. Wow, what a great entry by Sebastian Marin.
Oh, and he still locked him up.
Yeah, he did, but wow, that's impressive to gain some time on pit road. That's going to affect the exit here. What a great effort by him. But now back to what I was saying. I was basing it on what Jeff Crosby told us after stage 1, that a run was going to be a max of 14 laps. Oh, I don't know. It's going to be awfully close. Did Adam Kilday miss his pit box? I think he might have. Same with Eric Laurie. A couple guys missing their boxes.
Yeah,
Marin is down and away.
Eric Laurie not on the lead lap, but Adam Kilday did not hit his pit stall. He is making his way around. That is a huge mistake for the 85 of Adam Kilday.
Well, almost a big mistake out of Zach Lima as well in the 1. He just about lost it on that weird transition on the banking where it goes from a little bit bank to a little bit more bank right before you get up on the racetrack. And oh, here comes that first group. They are going to bypass the second group on pit road. Freeze, Helton, Karosik. Have they made the right choice? Yes, just barely. They're going to pass him for the race lead, and this is going to split the field up big time.
Logan Helton takes over the race lead of the drivers who do not need to come down pit road, but quickly the 027 as Steve Karosik moves down to the inside as Adam Kilday hits pit lane. He is going to lose all kinds of track position as he comes down pit road once again. And now our race lead is between the 027 and the 63, and we have 12 laps to go.
Oh boy, it's going to get really interesting because you've got 3 potential repeat winners in the top 5 on the racetrack as we stand, and you've got 5 guys who do not want a repeat winner tonight, one of them being your race leader, Steven Karosik. His teammate Sebastian Marin is pushing him, and I would think it would be, safe to say he's probably going to be okay pushing his teammate to the victory here, but some guys behind them, I'm looking at Anthony English, I'm looking at Vicente Guerrero, they're not going to ride in line here. And it's also important to note, there is a second group that is, let me double check here, as they cross the line, they are about 2.4 seconds behind the leaders, and it starts with Cody Nagels. And they're having to bridge a gap because they got slowed up on the apron, but they are rolling in a hurry. They are making up a ton of time as they pick up Peter DeBorgia on the backstretch. This may turn into a bigger field pretty quickly.
Man, having that momentum is going to be huge from the 6 and the 19. But it looks like it's going to fizzle out here, as I had to get to the outside of Eric Laurie and the 40 of Peter DeBorgia. If this group gets single file, if they do not try and race each other and they decide to get single file, they might have something to say with this front group. Either way, I am looking at our timing and scoring, and I'm going to actually do my job for once. And I do believe Cody Nagels is picking up a draft off of the tail end of this pack, and he is closing in with or without the help from the trucks behind him. And there you go. In that shot, you can see him closing in.
Holy cow, what a run to the outside. I don't think he's going to take him all the way to the front, but Zach Workman is going to certainly try. To the front. Yeah, look at this run out of the 6. A power move by Nagels and Workman. They go to the top. They're going to try to get the race lead 3 wide. Meanwhile, up front, new leader, Anthony English to the point. 9 laps to go from Talladega. New leader, Cody Nagels. What a run by the 6.
Cody Nagels took the race lead across the start-finish line that time around. We watched the run that they had throughout that entire lap, and they really got it done up there now in the 3rd lane as the 027 gives a hard shot to the back bumper of the 44. Les Levy in the 62 tries to get out of the way. He stays high, wide, and handsome because that is what he is. And now the 027 as Steve Karosik is our race leader, but they know they have 3 legitimate lines in this race right now.
And a lot of hungry guys behind him, too. Nagels has not won yet. Karosik, really, if you want to talk about it, hasn't won yet either. English has not won yet. Guerrero, second on the inside. He's not won yet. Same with Zach Workman. Same with Gabe Butler. There are some hungry trucks in this pack. For once, I think I don't want to curse it. Oh, boy, look at that move. I'm not even going to finish what I was going to say because Anthony English is making another home run move off turn number 2. How about a drive by the 44? But here comes the top back to challenge these guys again. Headed back to 3. They've got some reinforcements.
Don't count out that top line that is being led by the 6 of Cody Nagels. Even though they fall back a little bit through the corners, they surge ahead down the straightaways. Zachary Lima gonna throw in his hat to lead that 3rd lane, and he moves up there and gets in front of the 6 of Cody Nagels. Meanwhile, Steve Karosik and the 44 of Anthony English lead the top 2 here through 1 and 2.
Marin goes middle to top. He jumps in front of his teammate Zach Lima, and they are rolling. But I'm afraid they're going to hang the 6 out for the second time tonight, and they do just that. So right when it seemed like Nagels had the run to the front, they hang him out to dry. Dale Cup 1, 2, 3 into turn number 3. Nagels reinforcements coming in the form of Zach Workman and Casey Gilchrist.
As they come to the line this time, we're going to have 6 laps to go in this race for our regularly scheduled distance. Keep in mind we will use 2 attempts at a green-white checkered if we need to, but holy cow, what they are doing now, this is the essence of OP. Everyone fighting tooth and nail to get to the end. Oh, and
the front Lima, and we're gonna pile the field up, and it's 2 of the Dale Cup trucks. Oh boy, a heartbreaker at the front of the field.
Heartbreaker.
Unbelievable. Oh boy. And right when it seemed like they may have had the race won with their trucks 1, 2, 3, it all comes crashing down just like that.
All right, we're going to back this up here. Zachary Lima and the I1I, KTM, whatever. It's something. I still don't have clarification if it's a 1 or if it's an I. Either way. Take a look here at what happens. And a lot of trucks involved in this one. Peter DeBorgia in the 40 getting a piece of it. Dawson, what'd you see out there?
The bad push, and we've seen it a number of times this season. You get off center, and obviously English there's just not a lot of lifting at this point in the race. He gets off center with Lima, and before he realizes it and can get out of the throttle, he's in the left rear quarter panel of the 1i machine, if you will, and he turns him straight down into his teammate Marin, and boy, all 3 Dale Cup trucks involved in this one. Steve Karosik's got some right front damage out of this. David Overstreet, it looks like, is involved. Gabe Butler is involved. Oh man, I mean, this happened right the front of the field, and Cody Nagels with damage as well in the 6 machine. He got pinned to the outside wall here. If you watch as Marin comes back up, yeah, they pin Nagels. He gets through it, but he does have some considerable damage. A lot of really good race trucks are not looking so good right about now.
All right, so yellow flag is out with 4 laps to go. Getting the wave around is David Overstreet in the 40s. No. Who just got the wave around?
The free pass should be... I'll double check it for you here. Les Levy in the 62, I believe, is going to be our free pass car. Truck. Oh, that's a coin in the coin jar.
That is correct. So, sorry. Overstreet and Les Levy, for the moment, I saw the 2 trucks and got them confused. So my bad. That's on me. That's on me. I suck as a broadcaster. That's why I say bring me some popcorn, because I need to inhale the popcorn. But yeah, all right. So the 62 hits pit road. Steve Karosik in the 027 down on the inside lane, and he is on the apron of this racetrack. Karosik last on pit road on lap 79, so he is stretching his fuel. A 94 lap race. He last hits pit road on lap 79. That's 1, 2, carry the 7, Alpha, Beta, Niner, he's saving fuel.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these guys that pit early are going to have to save, because now we're in territory where it seems like we're going to use one or both of these green-white checkered attempts. And so these guys that pit early are going to have to really focus on saving. Now, the guys that waited, I'm pretty sure Vicente Guerrero, you can check me on that, but I think Vicente was on pit road about at 82 with the second group. But those guys are going to be able to run it out a little bit further here. It's still going to have to save, but not quite as much. And the other interesting thing on this restart, and I'm sure you can tell as they roll by this wall camera, Karosik has pretty considerable front end damage on that 027 machine.
All right, so as the lights go out on our Chevy Silverado pace truck, Karosik in the 027 on the outside lane, Vicente Guerrero on the inside. That makes up row number one. Row number two going to be, well, that's the 63 of Logan Helton. And anytime that truck has a sniff of the race lead, well, watch out, because he's going to make something happen. The 95 of Jim Mayer on his outside, no stranger to victory lane here in Monday night competition. And then the 12 of Zach Fritsch and the 04 of Mark Mann. That makes up your first three rows here tonight. Dawson, this is our first organic green-white checkered attempt. Here on out, we go into overtime.
Yeah, we'll see if we need it. These guys got to make it 2.66 miles, and it's going to be a really long 2.66 miles for Steve Karosik if he can maintain the lead here. Logan Helton is up here. He's pushing Vicente Guerrero. If I'm Vicente, I'm really confident. Logan Helton, a very, very solid help on that bottom line. This is a lot of guys looking for their first win of the season, and Logan Helton trying to play spoiler. Karosik will control the field into the restart zone. 2 laps remaining from Talladega. Green flag is back in the air. Great restart for Vicente on the bottom. Does he have the help? It's Alliance Motorsports behind Steve Karosik in the top line. They actually have 3 trucks lined up. Don't be surprised if they hang the 027 out. Alliance lined up with Mayer, Mann, and Hunter Reynolds. On the bottom, it's Guerrero, Helton, and Zach Fritsch. None of these most of the top 10 other than Logan Helton have won this season. Big push to the 14. The 27 will get clear for the lead, only for the time being. A run coming from further back. It's Hunter Reynolds. On the bottom, it's Dave Hunt. Gabe Butler, the first to try the outside that I see. Now David Booth and Kevin Freeze, Peter DeBorgia, they're going to jump up there. Still 2x2 up front. To the lead goes Vicente Guerrero off of 4. The run comes from further back. Vicente, bottom to middle. He jumps out. Now it's only 2 trucks on the bottom. When does Alliance choose to go? As they come back, white flag, 1 lap to go. Guerrero leads with 1 lap to go at Talladega.
All you have to do is get that white flag. We are going the distance here tonight. No extra laps involved. The 14 of Vicente Guerrero is our race leader as he makes his way down the backstretch. Logan Helton in the 63, trying to play spoiler. He's down on the inside lane. 027, Steve Karosik. What does he have to say about this race? As they make their way through 3 and 4, the final time, Logan Helton has the advantage. Could he come away with the race win and become our first repeat winner? He is out in front through the tri-oval. Here comes Zach Fritsch. Who's it going to be at the line? Logan Helton out in front, and he is going to be our first repeat winner of the season, and he gets it done here tonight.
Wow, what a win for Logan Helton. And we talked to him last week, and he said once he got the first one, he felt like he was going to start to rattle them off. He does just that. What a win for Logan Helton. Another statement. 2 weeks in a row, back-to-back for his first 2 wins of the season, and he does exactly what I said he was going to do. He plays spoiler. He's our first repeat winner, and man, what a finish.
You're absolutely right. Once the 63 gets a race win, he is able to rattle them off, and he does just that here tonight. Comes away with a back-to-back victory, and my legs are shaking. Everything is shaking. What just happened there had me wound up. I need a moment, and let's let the 63 celebrate. Hear his race win. Victory number 2 on season number 11. Dawson, these guys put on a heck of a show here in the final stages of the race.
Well, they really kind of waited 6 races to give us a high quality ending to a race, and boy, did they not disappoint when they did so. At 3 wide all the way through the field, I thought for sure maybe Guerrero or Karosik was gonna win this race. Logan Helton, though, he makes the right move at the right time. He blocked the middle, and boy, Zach Fritsch, I thought for a second in the trial he was gonna have the help. Man, what a finish. We were waiting 6 races for it. It did not let us down. Wow, incredible.
All right, let's move on to our race results here tonight. Our top 10 goes to Logan Helton, James Mayer, Zach Fritsch, Vicente Guerrero, Hunter Reynolds, Kevin Fries, Steve Karosik, Mark Mann, Matt Wagner in a top 10 finish, and Alex Green gonna join him in our drivers who finish 1 through 10.
Looking back a little bit further, Cody Nagels, well, I picked him. It didn't work out, so he's probably going to kill me, just like Les almost killed me last week. Stephen Miles goes 12th, David Booth 13th, Peter DeBorgia 14th, Dave Hunt 15th, Sebastian Marin 16th, Travis Elliott 17th, Richard Kuhn 18th, Richard Sanchez 19th, Jimmy Reynolds rounding out our top 20.
Nathan Warren 21st, 22nd Casey Gilchrist, Andy Brigante 23rd, 24th goes to Jeff Crosby Sr., Adam Kilday 25th, 26th David Overstreet, Les Levy 27th, 28th goes to Zach Workman, and 29th goes to Anthony English, with Gabe Butler in the 88 in 30th place.
Last few trucks here, Eric Laurie 31st, a lap down, same to Bubba Winningham in 32nd, 2 laps down in 33rd, Sean McCara. 3 laps down is Jeff Crosby Jr. 5 laps down and finishing in 35th is Zach Lima. And John Guerra rounds out our field tonight, finishing 36th.
All right, with all of that being said, let's roll in to the rest of our post-race show. Logan Helton, our race winner, and Dawson, you've caught up to our race winner.
Yes, I have Mr. Logan Helton. It's the boys in the booth. You got us?
I got y'all.
Well, I'll tell you what, man, we just talked to you, and you go and play spoiler tonight. You're the first repeat winner on the season, and I remember you said once you got the first one, you were going to feel a lot more confident, and it was going to start to rattle off. You did just that. Take us through it. How'd you get it done tonight?
We just, that was a lot of wrecks, wasn't it?
Oh, it really was.
It was quite a few wrecks. We somehow only got involved in a couple of them. A couple of them weren't bad. There was one bad one, had to use the fast power on that one, and we kind of just existed the rest of that race. I made a call there on one of the last cautions that I'm just going to stay out and get track position because I was tired of running in the back that whole race, making up any positions under the 2 green flag laps would get it at a time. So we pitted early, and I spent that entire last run there saving fuel because I wasn't going to make it to the end of that race. Thankfully, that caution came out and gave me just enough time to save fuel. But I only had enough fuel there for one other cool down lap after winning there. So we thankfully the strategy call played out in our favor. We were able to make it there, and I have 0.01 gallons of fuel left as we park here on the start finish line. So that was a race. I'm not going to say it was good. I'm not going to say it was fun necessarily, but I'm glad it ended off in that way where we were able to come home with the win.
Yeah, and it is certainly nice for you, obviously, to get a second win, and especially a back-to-back weeks. So kind of take us through it. We got a peek at it last week when you won at Daytona. We knew you were going to start to become more dominant. Is this the start of the more dominant Logan Helton that we're used to?
I'd like to call this the, hopefully we can start calling it the Logan Helton summer stretch, where towards the middle of the season I kind of get back in the groove of things. So, you know, if we can keep getting these wins off and keep trying to get that win count up, well, I'll feel a lot more confident. I wasn't very confident at all about this race, being able to win it, especially in the middle there, but we just got ourselves in that good position at the end to capitalize on any mistakes that some people may have made. And there was a couple of mistakes in that last lap by other people, just giving lines, like giving that little bottom line to me there on the backstretch. Probably, I mean, it was a difficult spot for Guerrero anyways. I mean, like, where do you go if you're him? But it ended up being the bottom lane. Leaving that open for me was the wrong decision. So nothing wrong that he did there. It's just super speedway racing. You can't be in all lines at once.
Oh, absolutely, and you end up being the beneficiary of it. You come home with a victory, back-to-back weeks here at Talladega Super Speedway. Anybody you'd like to thank or shout out here as you come away with this?
I'd like to just thank you guys for putting on the broadcast at Turn 3 Racing Network. Thanks to all my friends and family that watch. Thanks to Roasted Gems Coffee, Numbers by Joe. I'd like to thank Justin Round for making this amazing paint scheme. And I'd like to thank my team at Alliance Motorsports, Mark and Jim. And we actually had a couple bonus guys with us tonight. We had Hunter Reynolds and Jimmy Reynolds, and it was fun running with them all tonight. Definitely kept the spirits up as we were just pacing around a lot tonight. So got to thank them as well. And trying to think of anyone else. Just Nexus Esports as well. That's all. Oh, almost forgot. Frisch and Freeze there on that last lap. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have been able to get clear into turn 3. So thanks to them as well.
All right. Well, you come away with a back-to-back victory. First repeat winner of the season, Mr. Logan Helton. Congrats. Go celebrate it, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you guys very much.
All right, there you have it from Logan Helton, our race winner. But now we move on to the driver who finishes in second place here tonight, and that is none other than Jim Mayer. Jim, you bring it home in second place. Nice job, man. Congratulations on the podium.
Yeah, thanks. One spot short than what we'd like, but we'll take it. It's the best finish of the season so far.
All right, so I have to address something as a team. Alliance Motorsports going 1 and 2, Jim and Logan, correct?
That's correct.
All right. Brian Hicks is a spotter for Logan Helton, correct?
Correct.
Does Brian need some validation for this race?
I would say so. He's making the calls of when Logan's clear, and obviously got Logan that last shove that he needed to stay out front there. So yeah.
Oh, so even the team knows about it, but Logan leaves his spotter out to dry.
Well, it sounds like he should come spot for the 95 then.
Oh, absolute. The 95 knows what's going on, but the 63 can't say it.
Yeah, right. I don't know if it's every night. I don't know if it's every race, but I know he does have him sometimes. I don't know if he was there tonight. He might have been, but I don't know.
All right. Well, Mr. Mayor, I'll tell you what, this 95 red hot machine was red hot here tonight. You were out in front quite a bit here, but you also had your own adversities to overcome. Tell us a little bit about your race.
Yeah, I got caught up early there with those checkups that are part of the racing nowadays. So we had some bad luck there. Had a very long tow, went a lap or two down, I think, and had to stay clean to get back. We still had some damage there. We didn't stay completely clean, but some huge shoves there at the end to keep us up there and have a shot at it. So Yeah, an up and down night, as they've been. Kind of a messy night. Hopefully, I don't know. I don't know what's got to change, but hopefully we can get some cleaner racing, some longer green flag runs.
All right, man. Well, this 95 does have some damage to it, but you do bring it home in second place. So that step on the podium, who do you have to thank for it? We know it's not possible without the people who are behind you.
Yeah, of course. Alliance Motorsports. We're down a couple guys for the summer season here. Those are obviously a huge part. We miss those guys, but we got a couple joining. And Jimmy and Hunter. Also, they fit right in, and they fill the void just as well. So that's Hunter got me that second place finish. Without him pushing me there, I actually got loose on that last lap there, and yeah, they could have just bailed on me, but Hunter gave us a good shove down the back there and into the finish line. So huge shout out to him for the second place finish. That one's to him. Shout out to the guys running with Alliance right now. It's a summer season that we're taping together here. We're gonna try to make the best of it. Of course, all the guys at OP that keep putting these races on, and you guys up in the booth putting the show on.
All right, Jim. Thank you very much, man, and appreciate your time here tonight.
Thanks.
All right, now it's time to move on to Zach Fritsch. But before we do, I do want to say I was poking the bear a little bit.
Maybe slightly. Yeah, maybe just slightly.
Right? Reading YouTube chat. The 95 maybe doesn't have access to YouTube chat. So, guys, just know I'm poking the bear. I'm having fun. But it is what it is. And Dawson, I do believe you caught up to our third place finisher, and that is the 12 of Zach Fritsch.
Yes, I have. Fritchie, it's the boys in the booth. You got us?
Yeah, I got you. What's up with Jim? Was he thinking like all of his third cousin removed and second cousin? That was a long one for him.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. Well, it was also a long race for you. We talked to you when you money shifted. What happened between then and now? And you end up with a third place finish. Take us through it.
A bit of luck. That's what we call that. And we were able to scrounge that up. So we just, was able to get our 2 laps back, and there with the caution fest, from between laps, 60 to whatever, 70, whatever, all the people kept on going in, topping off for fuel for only like a gallon or so we ended up staying out, flipped our spot from 30th all the way to 4th for track position, stayed up there, then we pitted, and we weren't going to make it until the last caution there at 90, right at lap 90, and we were able to get past all that and was able to then save fuel so then we can make it. And then I was just there at the end just trying to help and follow the lanes and seeing Logan, and it was just me and Logan down there for a little while, and then luckily Kevin came back and railed us, so that way we shot super forward, and then finished third.
Yeah, and you come home third. We did see you have a chance at the win on the last lap. Kind of, what happened there in the trial? Well, I thought for a second you were going to pull out in front of Helton, but in the end you come home third. So what happened there in the trial will kind of take us through that as well.
Well, right there at the end of 4, I was just talking to Logan. If we had any more of a run, I had half a bumper left just to clear Vicente that jumped to that middle lane. That way I can get a shot at it to go win. I was going to do that, and then I didn't get clear. So then I just stayed on the bottom, and then he moved up. And, it was just hard pushing, and it was just me, I was trying to keep it straight, and obviously, I'm swervy like KR. I'm very swervy, I didn't. So I didn't really hold it down there on the yellow for Kevin when he was pushing me, but I was able to save the first bump or whatever and stuff like that. And when we touched the middle a little bit, and then luckily we still had the same momentum to cross the third. But yeah, it's just part of my swerviness, just me and KR, it's how we do things.
Well, all right. You come up with a third place finish. It's another good points day for you. And to that effort tonight.
Yeah, I got to thank you guys up in the booth. You guys do a heck of a job. I'll make sure to, definitely rewatch tomorrow. Maybe skip some cautions. I don't know yet. We'll see. Maybe
don't
was that
rewatch.
what was all the good stuff during the cautions or during green flag?
A little bit of both, I think. Maybe.
Okay.
Possibly.
All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I'll have to maybe get some long popcorn for it. But yeah, I'll see about definitely rewatching it. Got to thank OP and all of its admins, all these drivers out here racing. They're, we're having a tough time right now, but we'll eventually gather things up. We always do. I got to thank all the chat watching. Got to thank my team, FSR, Workman and Crosby Jr., the other two are slackers, and I hope they rewatch this because they are slackers. Like, Tyler Miller and Josh Milam. Slackers, since they didn't show up tonight. But, yeah, that's really about it. And then, obviously, thanks to Kevin helping me out. And, yeah, that's about it.
Alrighty, well, Zach Frisch, congrats on that third place finish. Let you go celebrate it with your teammates, and we'll be talking to you soon.
All right, see you guys.
All right, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. All three podium finishing drivers here tonight in the post-race show. So with that being said, Dawson, this has been kind of a rough one here at Talladega, but we still got it done within regulations. So before we sign out, I will let you give it your final thoughts and take it away.
All right. Well, it was another good one. You're right. I mean, it was a rough one, but at the same time, it had a little bit of everything, a little bit of strategy, a little bit of track position, a little bit of wreck in there in the middle, but not to be, that's to be expected, I think, especially at a track like Talladega. And boy, they made us wait for it, but I'll tell you what, after 6 races, I don't know about you, but I think that's definitely the best finish of the season, and I don't think it's close. Huge congrats to Logan Helton and all the guys on the podium. And boy, this season just keeps getting more interesting, does it? 6 races, 5 winners, so a lot to be decided. Next week is Bobby Daytona, I believe. Daytona 2008 for 100 laps. Back here on a Monday night. Be sure to tune in on Wednesday night, too, because I'm going to try not to get wrecked this week like I have every other week. I think that's about all I've got. You told me to take it away. That's exactly what I'm going to do. For Mr. KR Stolfus, I am Dawson Wise. Everybody keep tuning in. Keep coming back. Hope you enjoyed tonight's race at Talladega. We'll see you back here on Wednesday and then again next Monday night.
Whopper, 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 Junior, Double, Triple, Whopper, Impossible or Bacon Whopper. I rule this day. And BK.